Hi, Greta Gerwig. How are you?
I'm very good. I'm happy to be in San Francisco.
Yes, thank you for joining us here on Sidewalks and to talk to us about your film, Frances Ha.
Mm-hmm.
And I was going to ask, are you from Sacramento?
I am from Sacramento. Yeah, I grew up in Sacramento, so I'm very close to home.
That's
right
great.
Now.
That's
Yeah.
great. Well, how did you get into acting all the way over in Sacramento?
I grew up I just was one of those kids who had a lot of energy, and my mom was like, I'm just going to sign her up for so many activities and hopefully she'll go to sleep at night. So I was like, I did dance and singing and music lessons, and I was in children's theater, and my first love was really dance.
That's what I was going to ask. You have a background in dance.
Yeah, I loved ballet, but I was doing kind of all of it when I was growing up, and Sacramento actually was a great place for. It was like big enough that I felt like I could see things and there were things to do, and I could come to San Francisco or Berkeley to see plays and stuff like that. But small enough that I felt like I could actually make some noise and have some ability to participate.
Right.
And it was great, and I did a lot of community theater in Sacramento.
That's the way to do it out there.
I know. I did stuff. There's this place called the Woodland Opera House.
Yeah.
And I did so many musicals at the Woodland Opera House, in between like doing musicals at my high school and at the boys' high school, and it was really fun. And then I went to New York for college, and then that's when I started kind of writing, and then I just kept going until one day I had health insurance.
That's awesome. That's what we all aim for, is the health insurance, right?
No, I love it. I was really proud. Like, joining a union was like really exciting. It's huge. It's so exciting when you join a union, because it's like you're part of a group. Like, you have voting rights.
You have voting rights? Yeah, it's great.
It's exciting. Do I look old to you?
No. Yes. How old?
Older than I am. Older than 27.
No. 27 is old, though.
The role seems like this was totally made for you. Obviously, you wrote
I made
the film.
It.
Yes. And your family was in this.
Yes.
What was the audition process like for them?
Oh, well, the family thing, my parents being in it, and my brother and my sister are actually in it, and their kids, but they're more hidden. But I had to kind of convince them to do it, but because we were shooting the part in Sacramento more like a documentary, that we felt like we could just set up a camera and then wait for behavior that was good.
Yeah, it worked.
So they were all very sweet and very willing to participate. Although my sister told me she kept feeding her daughter cake because she was so worried she was going to start screaming, and then she'd look like a bad mother. And then her daughter's really smart, so she caught on to it, and she kept asking for cake because she realized that some weird wrinkle in the universe was making her mom continue to give her cake. So it ended up being terrible, but she had fun.
Yeah, well, you kind of roll with those choices when you're acting and filmmaking.
Yeah.
So, then I was going to ask you, one of my favorite lines in there is so what do you do? And you're kind of hard to explain, because why? Is it complicated? You're like, no, I just don't do it.
Yeah.
I love that line out of all the lines. That was awesome.
Thanks. Yeah, because I don't really do it. I feel like everyone at different points has experienced that thing of feeling like you know what it is you want to be doing, but whether or not you're doing it is another issue.
Yeah, and the friendships were so relatable. I loved you and Sophie, and the relationship you had, and just the things that you guys said to each other, the nuances and the awkwardness. It was just, I very much related to that.
Well, thank you. Yeah. No, I think any friendship or any relationship has so many details in it, and you just want to show at least a few, so you feel like there's this real life that they live together. And I think relationships, whether they're friendship or otherwise, it's really like a language that you speak with someone else, and that's why it's so sad when they change or they die, because it's like you're the last two speakers of that language, and how will anybody know what that is if you're not there to speak it. And,
and it's tough to stay in touch with your friends over a long period of time.
Yeah, and also, I mean, I think it's just like when you get into your late 20s, it just that's when people start making these life decisions that you start living your life separately, and that's hard to accept.
It is. Well, thank you. Looks like my time is
comedy.
cut off.
Sorry, it is.
It's funny. It's not all dramatic.
Yeah.
It really is hilarious. I was
thank you.
laughing throughout the whole movie, and just I actually was going to ask you to show me a dance move and take me back and do the little.
I can't show you a dance move,
but we don't have any time for that. So
okay,
you're lucky.
Okay.
For more full-length celebrity interviews, visit sidewalkstv.com.